TYT Sports. So the past few weeks have supplied us with great stories in the world of sports, and we bring in one of the biggest sports fans I have ever met, Nicholas Middlesworth. Nicholas, how are you today? Thanks for coming in.
I'm well, thank you for having me, Rick.
Of course, thank you for coming in. What were you going to ask me? What was that?
Nothing.
Awesome. Great start. So, okay, ESPN, as many of you guys know, they had the BCS National Championship game, and Katherine Webb has at least taken Twitter and the internet by storm because of her attractiveness. Now, many people have come out and bashed Brent Musburger for saying this, and I quote, "You see that lovely lady there? She does go to Auburn, but she's also Miss Alabama, and that's AJ McCarron's girlfriend. You quarterbacks, you get all the good-looking women. What a beautiful woman, wow. If you're a youngster in Alabama, start getting the football out and throw it around the backyard with pops." And then Kirk Herbstreit added, "AJ's doing some things right." Now, Katherine Webb went on to Good Morning America, and she said this to Matt Lauer. He, as in Brent Musburger, was complimentary, not creepy. I think it's unfair that people are giving him a hard time. So now, Nicholas, let me ask you this. You know, we saw this with ESPN, and they came out and they gave an apology on all of this. Do you think that this apology was warranted at all for what Musburger, mainly Musburger, they didn't even bash Herbstreit, but what Musburger said?
Yeah, I think that's a very valid point, and I think there is a lone gunman situation here. Herbstreit was absolutely involved in the situation. He did say, wow, he's doing something right, some things right down in Tuscaloosa. So why Brent Musburger is the only one taking heat and not Herbstreit, I think is definitely worth discussing if you thought it was an issue in any way whatsoever. Which I don't, and I think that's part of the problem. I think, you know, there's a pseudo-political correctness that's going on over at ESPN that really negates the negative reaction to stories like what Rob Parker said about Robert Griffin III.
Totally.
I think that's political incorrectness run amok, and they, you know, plaster over a story like that by talking about some silly, you know, Brent Musburger comment, which really was completely appropriate. And what I think ESPN was probably doing was trying to extend a news story. You know, people were talking about what Musburger said on Tuesday. To get him to talk about it on Wednesday, they issued an apology. Yeah. Which is further ironic in the fact that they were airing the Miss America pageant, and she was Miss Alabama on Friday. So I think they really wanted to just take that news story and extend it all the way through the weekend.
And I'm really glad that we're in agreement on this, because I feel like a lot of people, maybe it's the older crowd that is feeling that there had to have been an apology that was given. But let me break down a few things. Firstly, the game, it wasn't necessarily boring. I'm always up for college football. I know you are too. You're an Ohio State guy. So
I had fun watching it.
Of course. And I mean, if you hate Notre Dame, you loved watching it. But the score was like, it was like 68-14. I mean, I'm obviously kidding.
Let's be honest, the woman was breathtaking.
Yes, she was.
I looked at her, I called my wife in the room. I said, honey, the quarterback's girlfriend is spectacular. Come check her out. I showed my son. I didn't really have a sexist moment there. I just saw a beautiful woman and reacted to it.
Okay, so separately, what did your wife say and what did your kids say?
Well, Sam's 5, so he just smiled and said, "She's cute, Daddy." And my wife just said, "Yes, that woman is spectacular."
Yeah, she did.
She's
okay,
a gorgeous
exactly.
woman.
Because it's what we were all saying when it happened. So there's no need to issue this apology.
She's in beauty pageant. She's Miss Alabama.
Right.
They judge bikinis and evening wear. I don't understand really what the controversy is whatsoever. She is judged on her looks.
The argument would be that much stronger on the idiot's side if they were to show those, you know, those scintillating photos of her in a bikini with the Miss America, you know, down while she's basically in nothing.
I think that Brent and Kirk were definitely having some fun, but I don't know if it needs to go to the level of apologizing for some good old-fashioned red-blooded American pleasure in looking at a beautiful woman. I don't know if it's that much more complicated.
Right.
So I think it's, you know, pseudo-controversy created by ESPN to extend a news story and get more, you know, hits and tweets and excitement around one of their properties.
And even on ESPN.com, I noticed this. I believe it was the next day. On ESPN.com, you know how they have like those 8 headlines that are like, oh, I need to read this if I'm, you know, if I'm going to have a little water cooler talk while I'm on the job. And one of them was McCarron's girlfriend in spotlight after a national championship or something like that. So I mean, even ESPN was applauding her after the fact. So where's the common ground at all in this? And you know what? We want broadcasters to, depending on if it's radio and TV, but let's just throw out radio for a second. Radio shows want to speak the truth, and you go to them for opinions, and you also go to them to relate on a level. This is absolutely something that they could relate on, and what everyone was thinking while they were drinking their, we don't have promotions. I'm not going to throw out your beer name. But while they're drinking that beer, and while they're eating the wings and they're having popcorn, everyone took in, and I don't think anyone said, wow, that's a really ugly girl. Wow, what are they doing showing her? I mean, it's just ridiculous. And the fact that Brent Musburger is under fire with this is just, it's absurd.